Okay, here we're going to look at flexible input. We're going to learn a coding technique called flexible input that will help us handle users interpreting our prompts in slightly different ways. Flexible input predicts several possible values that the user might enter. We'll use this technique whenever we anticipate there may be multiple ways a user decides to respond to an input prompt. We'll use flexible input with a conditional to group similar values that really mean the same thing. Some examples could include checking for different ways the user could type in yes or no, allowing for synonyms or similar answers to a question, and handling an answer where the user did or did not include units, like a dollar sign. So how can we extend our syntax for conditionals with input to provide flexible input? This is our general syntax for conditionals with input. What could be added or changed to use flexible input? Well, we could use or in the condition to check for multiple possible values. So if we look at this knock-knock joke code, our goal with this program is to tell a knock-knock joke to the user. Right now, the program checks to see if the user entered who's there, specifically with a capital W and a question mark on the other end. Our user may not capitalize who, or they may not include a question mark. So let's check for these cases as well. So change the line if first equals who's there. So if this right here on line 14, we're going to put who's there or first equals whoops. Okay, so who's there or first equals who's there. Okay, so with no question mark, or first equals who's there with lowercase, and then finally, or first equals who's there lowercase with no question mark. And then that should cover all of the different options. And let me pull that back up. So now we're going to go to if second equals lettuce. There we go, right here. That is on line 21. And we're going to change it to include all of the different options here as well. Oops, I've got to select it. There we go. So we have if second equals lettuce who, question mark, or lettuce who, no question mark. So it's the same thing, or lowercase, no question mark. Okay, and then if you run it, you should be able to answer it multiple of ways and make it still work. And with flexible input, we get the user's input without specifying exactly how to format it within the prompt. Then we check to see what the input against different likely options using or to treat them all as having the same meaning. It's up to you to decide how many variations you want to check for, and you may find yourself adding or removing some options once you test your program with different users.